transferred to Manchester United now.
Football predictions.
If Barbara Rangers no, Ipswich Town 1.
Football predictions.
Hi, it's Gessie, and I'm here with the Moose for another episode of the footballpredictions.net podcast covering Spanish La Liga games for the 24th to the 27th of January 2025. And you can see the details for all the matches we're about to discuss in this podcast in the links in the description on footballpredictions.net, alongside fixtures from just about every other football competition that you can shake a stick at.
Yes, and on our website, it will show you where to watch the games on local broadcast channels, plus video streaming services, as well as match odds from local bookmakers and team news. Look in the description of this podcast episode for direct clickable links to all of the matches we are about to discuss. If you're streaming any matches on Bet365, geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18 plus gamble aware.
First, we're going to look at Las Palmas, who are in 14th, who take on Osasuna, who are 10th in the table. And this one kicks off on Friday, the 24th of January, 8 p.m. in the UK, that is. And you can find your local kickoff time and game odds and available broadcast streaming channels for this match in the clickable links in the description. You can stream this one on Bet365, and to qualify for that, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code FP365 when you sign up. And if you want to pay for a subscription, I think this is also available on La Liga TV and Premier Sports. So, Las Palmas have stopped their winning ways, and they were having a bit of a charge, but Osasuna kind of are neither here nor there either.
Yeah, we actually started this year with a very interesting prediction on Las Palmas, because we predicted that they were going to be knocked out of the Copa del Rey by Elche, who is actually playing a league below Las Palmas. So, knocked out of the cup, and then a further 2 defeats in the Liga. Obviously, last weekend we had a prediction against Las Palmas because they played at Real Madrid. We said 3-1 that game, ended 4-1 Real Madrid. Home win, and both teams to score quite comfortably there. But they've started this year with 3 straight defeats, which actually, if we look at Las Palmas, they started the season really badly, no wins from their first 9 matches, but then all of a sudden they turned things around when they had that win at Valencia in October, because then over the next 9 matches they picked up 6 wins, and all of a sudden they were out of the relegation scrap, and they're now actually sitting 14th going into this game against the Osasuna side, who has now dropped off in form very badly as well. No wins from 8. No wins this year so far either, apart from, of course, in the Copa del Rey, they beat Bilbao 3-2 away. So that was a good win. But in La Liga, they lost away to Atletico Madrid. We had Atletico to win that game, and under 2.5 goals, Atletico beat them 1-0. And then last weekend, at home to Vallecano, we had both teams to score. It ended 1-1 in that game. But no wins in 8 for Osasuna going into this game against Las Palmas. It'll be interesting to see how it's going to play out. Can Las Palmas pick up form, or could this well go down as a draw, because 5 out of the last 7 for Osasuna has been ending in draws, and away from home, also 2 draws from the last 3. But let's see.
Yeah, that should be an interesting game, this one. Very close. Osasuna haven't beaten Las Palmas when they play them away from home for the last 3 meetings. And they're also, Osasuna that is, away from home without a win for the last 4 matches in the league. So they're not travelling too well. And we think that's probably going to bear out in this one as well. Although our tip for this one is actually a 1 point... Sorry, is a both teams to score prediction. You can get 1.91 odds, I meant to say, on that one. But if you do like a Las Palmas to win, which is what we do, you get very good odds, actually. 2.45 is what I can currently see on our site that takes the odds. So, I think that would be a very interesting one to go for. We've gone for a 2-1 victory to Las Palmas. We think it will be fairly close, but we think they'll get over the line by just a single goal, being at home, where they do like it a bit more than I think Osasuna will find they like it. Both teams scored, and 2-1, correct score prediction. You can get odds of the correct score of 2-1 of 10 at the moment, which I think is massive. That's 9-1 or 10 in decimal. So our prediction of Las Palmas to win is shared by you because, or collectively, because 56% of people who vote on the link on the website are thinking Las Palmas as well. And only 22% like Osasuna for the away win. Anyway, 2-1 is what we think. Next, we've got Mallorca, who is sitting in 6th, taking on Real Betis, who are 12th in the table. This one is on the 25th of January at 1 p.m. UK time kickoff. That's Saturday. And you can go to click on the link in the description. You'll find your local kickoff time, betting odds, and broadcast streaming options available in your local area. And you can watch this one on Bet365, and you can live stream it. And to qualify, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Sign up with the bonus code FP365. And if you like paying for a subscription, you can also watch it on La Liga TV, Premier Sports. So take us through this one. Not doing too well either of these guys in the last few matches, but not necessarily in La Liga.
No, Mallorca would probably, is probably looking forward to finally having a home game, because they have been doing slightly better at home recently than away, overall, that is, because away from home, and this year, Mallorca has played 3 matches. They've all been away from home. They got knocked out of the Copa del Rey by Pontevedra. They lost that game 3-0 away from home. They then lost in the Super Cup to Real Madrid. They lost that game 3-0. And then last week, in fact, it was this week because they played Monday night at Villarreal. They lost that game 4-0. But listen to this. 4 goals were scored within 8 minutes in the first half. With the first goal being scored at the 20th minute and the last goal of the 4 being scored in the 28th minute. So that was a real quick fire there for Mallorca, but at least he managed to sort of stop the Villarreal attack in after the half an hour, so they didn't at least concede throughout the remaining part of that game. We did predict Villarreal to beat Mallorca in that game, so we had the outcome correct. But yeah, not a great start to the year for Mallorca, and some heavy defeats, yet to score a goal as well. But yeah, 10 goals conceded and no goals scored for Mallorca before this game. If we look at Real Betis, very similar story. Last 3 games across all competitions has ended in defeats for Real Betis. They lost last weekend at home to Alaves in the Liga. That was a bit of a surprise, considering the position Betis is in and how big favourites they actually were prior to that game. We had that down for both teams to score. Betis got knocked out of the Copa del Rey. They lost 5-1 to Barcelona. Not that surprising that they were losing, but 5-1 is a bit of a beating. We had both teams to score and a Barcelona win in that game. So again, Betis has the are able to score goals. And then the first La Liga game of the season after the break, they lost 1-0 at Valladolid, a game where, we had them down as favourites. But overall, both of these teams have lost the last 3 matches, both desperate to get back to winning ways. But both out of form, so it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be interesting to see who can sort of overcome this slump in form.
Yeah, someone's got to get some points out of this game. So that's the good news for one of the teams. And we think that team is going to be the home side. Yeah, we think Mallorca are going to be able to grab the win in this one. But we think also, they need to score a goal. I mean, they do like scoring at home, but they've been pretty shocking away from home. We think they're going to score. We think they're actually going to score a goal. And we think they're going to probably keep it tight and keep Betis scoreless. So we've gone for an under 2.5 goals tip for this one. Odds there you can get of 1.5 at the moment. And for, the Mallorca win, which is what we're predicting, quite good odds of 2.25. Regarding the correct score, we're going for a 1-0. And you can get odds there at the moment of 6. That's 5-1. And on our website, most of you also who vote in the poll, 57% anyway, think Mallorca will get this home win, with Betis only getting 14% of the vote, with the other 28% looking at a draw. Draw could be something to look at here as well, but you get odds there of only 3, which isn't that great. So 1-0 to Mallorca is what we're predicting for this one. Next up, we've got Atletico Madrid second in the table, taking on Villarreal, who are not far away in fifth. And this one is at 3:15 UK time in the afternoon on Saturday, the 25th of January. And you can find your local kickoff time and game odds and all the available broadcast streaming channels for this match in the clickable link, which takes you to footballpredictions.net in the description of this podcast. And for this one, you can watch it on Bet365. And to qualify for that, all you need is some funds in your account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Sign up with bonus code FP365. And if you want to pay for a subscription, you can watch it on La Liga TV or Premier Sports. Atletico Madrid, they won in the Champions League, but they did that one blip against Leganés, but going pretty well, aren't they?
Yes, across all competitions, it has to be said, Atletico Madrid has just been absolutely taking teams apart, or they have been in very, very solid form. If we look at La Liga specifically, prior to Leganés last week, they had 8 wins in a row. They were actually top of the Liga for 1 point. Maybe that got to them last weekend when they played the Leganés, because that ended in a shock 1-0 defeat there. In Copa del Rey, they've also brushed teams aside. They have been playing lower ranked teams, but they have been winning the 4 matches in the Copa del Rey there. They now have Getafe coming up in the next game. But also has to be said that during this period, since beginning of November, in the Champions League, they also won all of their games, because they actually started the Champions League with 2 defeats and just 1 win from their first 3. But then they went to PSG and beat them 2-1, 6-0 at Sparta Prague, then 3-1 home win against Slovan Bratislava, and then midweek 2-1 at home to Leverkusen. And we all know how tricky Leverkusen is to beat across all competitions these days with Alonso in charge. But yeah, let's go back to La Liga. Obviously, Atletico Madrid, they'll be looking to get back to winning ways against Villarreal here. But Villarreal is not, maybe not the opponent that Atletico Madrid would have wished for, just coming from that defeat at Leganés, because Villarreal, like we just covered them on Mallorca, they beat Mallorca last weekend, on Monday, they beat them 4-0, like that quick fire of 4 goals within 8 minutes. We had predicted Villarreal to beat Mallorca in that game, and so they did. The week before, we predicted Villarreal to go down to a 1-0 defeat at Real Sociedad, and it ended 1-0. That was the first match back from the Christmas break and almost the first game in a month there. So 1 win, 1 defeat after the break for Villarreal, who finished off before Christmas with a 5-2 win at Leganés. So maybe just note that one down. Atletico Madrid just losing 1-0 there, and Villarreal beating them 5-2 just before the break. But yeah, no matter what, when we look at Atletico Madrid and some of their results, they are fairly tight games. That period of time where they had 8 straight wins prior to the Leganés game, 7 of them were only won by a 1-goal margin.
Yeah. Right,
Sorry, 6 out of the 8. Yeah.
Sorry, are you done?
Yeah.
Handing over to me. Atletico Madrid are unbeaten in the last 10 home league matches, so visiting teams haven't had an easy time of it here, have they? And and also looking at Villarreal, they've been scored against in 5 out of their last 6 games. We think that's going to probably head in the same direction. Atletico Madrid really pushing at the top of the table, and they'll be looking for another win. We think they'll get it, but we think that Villarreal will actually manage to nab a goal in this one. They are, as you saw in the last game, scoring 4-0. They are capable of scoring. They're pretty good. That was at home, of course. Away, but they also scored away against Leganés, like you said, 5 goals they scored in that win, that 5-2 win. So we think they'll score. They've got goals. So we're gone for both teams to score prediction. We think that one should be fairly solid in this one. We hope 1.62 are the odds you can get for that. Yeah, we think it'll be an Atletico Madrid win at home as well. Very good, well, fairly good odds for that too, 1.7. But yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. But that's why we go for the tip, which is actually the both teams to score. For our correct score prediction, we have gone for 2-1 to Atletico, and odds there at the moment are out at 8.5. Just so you know, the other odds in this match, a draw you can get for 4, And a Villarreal win, you can get 4.75. Might be tempting some of those. But, yeah, we've gone for the home win. We think that's the way it will go. And on our site, 64% of you have voted in their poll for Atletico Madrid as well. 21% Villarreal. Hopefully it goes that way from our point of view for the predictions, but we shall see. Next up, we have Sevilla in 11th position. You're taking on Espanyol, who are down in 18th. It kicks off on Saturday, the 25th of January, 5:30 p.m. UK time kickoff. And of course, click the link in the description to find your local kickoff time, betting odds, and broadcast streaming options available in your local area. You can watch this on Bet365, stream it. To qualify, all you need is a funded account, that's anything in your account, or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you join, use the bonus code FP365. You can also, if you want to pay for a subscription on this one, La Liga TV have it, and Premier Sports Extra. So, not a lot of winning before the last round, but both of these sides did get a 2-1 win.
Yes, and I want to start with Espanyol because we predicted that 2-1 win for Espanyol against Valladolid at home. That was a 2-1 win for Espanyol. And last weekend out, that was the first win in 6 games. And it starts to, Espanyol has come back after the break, and picked up 4 points. They are joined at the bottom of the La Liga. They sit in 18th. They only have Valencia and Valladolid below them. But now they've connected with Alaves and Getafe, who both have 20 points. So Espanyol is on 19th. So they've picked up well since after the break. It has to be said also on football predictions. We've continued our great predictions on Espanyol because we had a correct score there against Valladolid. Against Leganés in the first game, after the break, we had under 2.5 goals. And prior to the break, we had Espanyol, away to Las Palmas. We had them under 2.5 goals and a defeat. They lost 1-0. We then predicted 2 draws, 1-1 against Valencia. That ended 1-1. We had a draw against Osasuna, ended 0-0. And then we had them to lose at Getafe, and they lost that game 1-0. So good. We don't usually blow that trumpet that hard, but when it comes to Espanyol, we have to do it because we have some pretty solid predictions there. But yeah, they looked okay after the break. Now against Sevilla, though, Sevilla's similar, picked up a win last weekend at Girona. That was a great win for them, 2-1 win away from home, and they turned some bad away form around there, although they had some tricky opponents because prior to that they'd played Atletico and Real Madrid away from home and conceded 4 goals in both of those. At home, Sevilla is a much better side. Over the last 8 matches, they've only lost 1 game. They picked up 5 wins and 2 draws, and their most recent home game ended a 1-1 draw against Valencia. Probably a game that they would have been looking to win, but they picked up a point there and then they went to Girona and beat them. So they'll be quite happy with the last couple of games going into this game against Espanyol.
Yes, indeed. This should be a good match, actually. Sevilla haven't been beaten in the league by Espanyol in their last 11 games. That is a very good long run. And of course, they're also undefeated in their previous 4 home league matches. So we can see that continuing on here. But in terms of our tip for this one, we're actually going for both teams to score, and fairly good odds too of 2.1. We are going for the Sevilla win. Odds there you can get of 1.7. And for the correct score prediction, we have actually gone for 2-1 to Sevilla, and the odds you can get for that currently are at 9. Of course, check our website. You'll see what they are at the moment that you're actually listening to this podcast. So Sevilla in the poll, which you can take part in also, click the link in the description. You'll find our webpage for this. 60% of you think Sevilla will get the win, and only 10% have gone for Espanyol. It's a bit harsh on Espanyol, but a massive 30% think a draw. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, for a draw, you can also get, by the way, odds of 3.8. That could be tempting. Espanyol all the way out at 4.8, so not many people giving them much hope for a win in this, or the bookies aren't. Anyway, let's go to our summary matches now. And Real Valladolid taking on, at the bottom of the table, they're taking on Real Madrid, who are top of the table. My God. Saturday, 25th of January, 8 p.m. kickoff in the UK, that is. And you can find your local kickoff time, of course. Click the link in the description. This is one you can watch on Bet365. To qualify, all you need is a funded account, or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. use bonus code FP365 on sign up for a subscription-based watch. You can see it on La Liga TV and Premier Sports. Now, for this one, we have actually gone, not surprisingly, for a Real Madrid win, but we are tipping both teams to score. So the correct score we've gone for this one is Real Valladolid 1, Real Madrid 2.
Yes, moving on till Sunday, 26th of January at 1 o'clock UK time. We got Rayo Vallecano in 9th at home to Girona in 8th. This is another game you can watch on Bet365. In order to qualify for the live streaming, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you do sign up, please use that bonus code FP365. This game is also live on La Liga TV. Now, for this game, we are going with a both teams to score prediction, but we're also going with a draw and a correct score of 1-1.
Next up, we've got Real Sociedad, who are in 7th, taking on Getafe, who are in 16th. This one is on Sunday as well. It's 3:15 in the afternoon on the 26th of January. That's UK timing. And one you can stream on Bet365. To qualify, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Use bonus code FP365 when you sign up. It's also on La Liga TV for those who like a subscription, and Premier Sports Extra. For this one, we have gone for a bit of a whipping. We've gone for a Real Sociedad win. We've gone for an over 2.5 goals game. And we've gone for a correct score of Real Sociedad 4, Getafe 0.
Yes, and then we got Athletic Bilbao in 4th, who takes on Leganés in 15th. This game kicks off Sunday, 26th of January at 5:30 UK time. And again, this game you can watch on Bet365. In order to qualify, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Please, if you do sign up, please use that bonus code FP365. Now, for this game, we are going with a comprehensive home win for Bilbao. So it's a Bilbao home win. It's over 2.5 goals, but it's a correct score of 3-0 Bilbao.
Next up, we have Barcelona, who are 3rd in the table, taking on Valencia, who are 19th. Another lopsided one, perhaps. It's Sunday, the 26th of January, 8 p.m. UK time kickoff, and you can stream it on Bet365. And to qualify, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Use bonus code FP365 on sign up. And if you want to pay for a subscription, you can also watch it on La Liga TV and Premier Sports. For this one, I'm afraid it's going to be another one-sided affair. We think it's going to be over 2.5 goals in the favour of Barcelona. We think they're going to win 3-0. And let's see how that goes.
Yeah, and finally, Monday night, we got the Alaves in 17th against Celta Vigo in 13th. This game kicks off on the 27th of January at 8 o'clock UK time. And in order to watch this game, you can, this game you can watch also on Bet365. In order to qualify for that, all you need is a funded account to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you do sign up, please use that bonus code FP365. And now on to cap off this match week, we're going with a 1-1 draw here between Alaves and Celta Vigo. So that's both teams to score and a score draw of 1-1.
Yeah, just a reminder that if you're going to watch any of these games live streamed, it's available on Bet365, and do make use of our bonus code FP365 during sign up. And to qualify again, all you need is to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours or have a funded account. Geolocation and live streaming rules apply. Full details are available on the Bet365 website. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Yes, and in the description section of this podcast, you'll find links to all the games we've just covered, or just simply visit the footballpredictions.net. There you can find the online places to see the games from your location via streaming and TV channels, our predictions for different betting markets, team news, as well as the latest offers and odds.
We produce football podcasts for additional competitions in addition to La Liga, and you can listen to them all at podcast.footballpredictions.net, or, of course, we usually access your favourite podcasts from, including Apple, YouTube and Spotify. Well, that is it. Thank you for joining us, and until the next time, it is
adios.
Adios, amigo.
Football predictions.